People hated Black Panther Wakanda Forever? Black Panther's release was unprecedented. The result was cosmic, instantaneous, and long-lasting. The film's message was bolstered by the fact that it was released during the Trump administration, a bleak period in 2018 when Black life was more vulnerable than usual, and the need for Black superheroes was more pressing. It was a big success on all levels, from commercial to critical to cultural. Hello everyone and welcome to another video on our channel. In today's video, we're going to discuss people hated Black Panther Wakanda Forever? Stay tuned to find out. Now let's start our video. In an unstable era, King T'Challa represented a daring new future. Chadwick Boseman, no stranger to larger-than-life roles, graced and charismatically led an all-star cast that featured Lupita Nyong'o and Michael B. Jordan. Black Panther has bite and is astute enough to sidestep Hollywood's representational errors. It's a tribute to director Ryan Coogler and co-screenwriter Joe Robert Cole's talents that their film went beyond the simple miracle of recognition. It made contact with us, and we reacted. Futures for Black people were becoming more complex, luxurious, and liberating. Boseman dies of colon cancer in one of the possible timelines, which was not expected. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is afflicted by his absence, wrapped in the kind of melancholy that can't be ignored because franchises are built on star power and the film feels hollow and lifeless without Boseman, one of the Marvel's brightest and most promising. We've rarely seen an MCU film or series so unflinchingly focus on the anguish of loss. WandaVision came close in its unconventional depiction of spousal heartache and its psychological aftershocks. Intriguing placement that works in the end. Although Wakanda Forever does not completely break the mold of the conventional superhero film, it comes close enough to be considered a credible competitor. For his sequel, Coogler has modified the terminology. It is a voice of triumph as much as one of grief. It speaks with authority about grief. With their monarch gone, all eyes are once again on Wakanda. Queen Ramonda, Angela Bassett, has worked hard to retain the African nation's independence since taking the throne a year after her son's death. Wakanda, the only known nation to possess it, remains rich in vibranium, the mystical ore used to create cutting-edge weaponry and technology, and refuses to share its resources with allies. In one early scene, French soldiers attempt to steal some and are promptly kicked in the A by undercover Dora Milaje agents. Coogler and Cole want to start the story with greed since they feel it is the core cause of all wars. The US government has begun a vibration mining operation in the Atlantic Ocean. Still, it is mysteriously thwarted by an unknown power, the people of Tolakan, an underwater empire and the world's other vibranium source. If you're liking this content so far, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Now let's continue. Namor, Tenochtitlan Major, is their wounded commander and is hell-bent on concealing Tolakan's existence. He possesses mutant characteristics such as increased strength, aquatic regeneration, and flight, thanks to the wings on his ankles, and rules over his people in a meticulous, albeit violent manner. In comic books, Namor the Submariner is an Atlantean superhero. Fearing that the surface world will find his underwater utopia, he devises a plan to foil the mining operation, kill the genius scientist who invented the vibration tracking device, Riri Williams, introducing Ironheart to the MCU, team up with Wakanda to take on the surface world. Wakanda, on the other hand, is unmoving. This almost guarantees a war between the two countries, a conflict in which the arguments do not hold up as well as the ideas that drive them. The United States government's insatiable desire for worldwide clout, or Shuri's Letitia Wright, tremendous sadness over her brother's death forces her to decisive action, or how Namor's villainy, if it can be called that, has its roots in something more primordial and human. He comes from a heroic family like many other Marvel villains. Wanda, for example. Kang, for example. Namor enjoys paradox and his rage is partially justified. It's in the manner his past is highlighted. He is descended from an underground Mesoamerican clan that escaped slavery in the 16th century. His morals might carry a lot of weight. All of Coogler's trademark characteristics are present. Like the original Black Panther, he values diasporic hybridity. Production designer Hannah Beachler and costume designer Ruth Carter return for the sequel. This time, we are transported to Namor's watery paradise, far from Wakanda's beautiful farmland and busy marketplaces. Beachler and Carter's artistic elixir was influenced by Mayan mythology, which is visible in the extraordinary indigenous characteristics weaved throughout the dress, language, and architecture. The film's most serious issue is that we only get to spend a little time exploring the underwater city and learning about its residents and manner of life. I've heard that when you reach your breaking point, you freeze. The gravity of the issue requires us to take a step back and assess what has happened so far. Well, that's all for today's video. Tell us in the comments section what you thought of this one. I hope that you found this video interesting. You can subscribe and watch more videos on our channel to keep up with more content. We'll see you in the following video with some more notable celebrities, facts, and stories. And until then, stay tuned.